amazing Amazon. I am Oyinlola Sale. On the show today, we'll explore funeral service business in Nigeria. But first, let's take a look at this report on the evolution of funeral service business in Nigeria. Globally, the funeral service industry is relatively new. Until the 20th century, funerals in the United States were organized by family and neighbors and held at home. People were often buried on family property as communities became larger and more established. Common cemeteries began to be used. Funeral homes were later established to relieve the family of the logistical problems presented by death. Now, the term undertaker refers to the person who undertook responsibility for funeral arrangements. Many of the early undertakers were furniture makers because building caskets was a logical extension of their business. For them, undertaking was a second business rather than a primary profession. In Nigeria, the funeral service business has grown to provide innovative funeral services that honor the life of the departed while serving families with excellence and integrity. Bolanle Okusanya Feyita is a funeral director that comes from a generation of funeral service experts. She explains the evolution of funeral service business in Nigeria.
Funeral services in Nigeria is something that has evolved over quite a while. My earliest understanding and recollection was starting from my grandfather's time. So I'm third generation. My grandfather started in 1946 as a carpenter and a furniture maker who later evolved to be somebody who made coffins as a side business. And the coffins now became his main business. So from the 40s, he made a lot of the church furniture in Lagos Island, a lot of the historical cathedrals that were there. He was part of the people that made their furniture. He made household furniture as well. And I mean, traditionally, when somebody died in Nigeria, the family would probably wrap them up in some sort of encasement that is made of raffia and driftwood and like a basket kind of thing. And it's the relatives that will carry the casket, the in-laws, the youth, the young people that will carry the body and go for burial. Over time, my grandfather in his times, when he saw that the caskets were became quite successful, he started having a lot of carpenters who now went across Nigeria, becoming carpenters in their own different places as time went on. And they also replicated the same kind of style of making caskets across the country. The late 70s and early 80s, my father came back from the UK, having studied there, and started working with his father. And my dad now had the concept of, let's have professional people carrying the casket. Let us not just say relatives, whoever is available. Let's have people whose job it is. So they had some boys who would come and help them carrying the casket and be paid for it. But over time, it then evolved into, well, why don't they wear something decent? Why don't they all wear the same thing? Why don't they have a uniform? After that, it became, oh, why don't we have this car designated for just carrying? Because a lot of people don't die where they're going to be buried, and then you have a band to accompany the casket and the pallbearers who are the people carrying. And the funerals evolved into something that became a real celebration of life. And my father was really a pioneer and instrumental in ensuring that happened across the country. So that's really how it evolved. And over time, different people have come and have gone. Some people have stayed and remain in the funeral business.
Some people narrated their experience working in a funeral home.
Well, my experience so far working in a funeral home has been different and quite interesting. It's different from every other organization anybody can work in. I remember when I came here newly, and or when people ask you, where do you work? And you tell them you work in a funeral home, they'll ask you, are you not scared? But initially I was scared. But as time goes on, you get to meet people from diverse tribes. You get to know what the industry entails. And one of the things I've learned so far in this job is to be patient, because you're meeting people, when they are going through a loss. So your ability to be patient with them, get to know what they want, has been quite interesting. You meet different people, not just, people come with different issues. So you have to treat people differently. You can't treat people the same. So it has been interesting, ability to work with so many people. And so far, it has been interesting, and I love what I do.
It's been challenging, it's been rewarding, and it's been interesting. It's a different organization, and when you hear that it's a funeral industry, I've been part of this for a while, because like family and everything, so I know what it entails. So it wasn't really a different thing, but in this organization, because of our motto is been excellence, compassion, and integrity, you have to work within those three to be perfect in what you do. So it's been a different experience, and it's been interesting and exciting as well.
At the end, losing a loved one is never easy, but the right support and guidance can help you get through it.